All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are having a quick conversation around Mastix ED, and we are talking about AI, how AI is helping kids flourish in this recent digital world. And we're talking about artificial intelligence and how it's going to impact the lives of kids. So this is one of our first segments of our Mastix talks. This is the first segment, and I'm going to run through some questions briefly. Quickly, I'm going to answer most questions that I know in your mind you have concerning this our Mastix ED innovations and everything about education, kids, and the likes. Okay, so I'm going to introduce myself first. My name is Adebola, and I'm the Nigerian representative of Mastix Ed. And we're going to be talking with the CEO right now, and he's going to introduce himself briefly. Then, after the introduction, I'm going to start with the questions. On to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Adibola. Yeah. Hi everyone over there. Um, I'm Saikat Basu, the founder and CEO of Mastix AI ecosystem and Mastix Ed, which is a part of that, the AI educational system. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm all set and pumped up. So we're ready to go.
All right, sir. All right, thanks for the introduction, sir. We're going to go straight to our question. We're not going to waste much of your time. So, sir, one of the questions people like to and wanted to answer, one of the first questions is, okay, what problem is Mastix Ed solving, and what inspired this idea? So, we want you to shed more light on that, sir.
Yeah, that's a good one actually to start with. First, what problem it's solving? Well, there is a huge challenge. I don't like the word problem that much, but yeah, there is a huge challenge globally about what and how we can approach AI education for children. Because by the time the children graduate from high school in the next 7 years, let's say, or 10 years in some cases, uh, the world will be a different world altogether. So by 2030,
True,
2035, it'll be totally
true,
different. And AI
true,
will play a massive role there. So that's why we need to that's why we need to educate them, let them know what they can expect, and prepare them, make them ready for that, future ready, so to speak. So
true.
we are um, that's why we are kind of like talking about the we are talking about the AI education right now. Now, what that is there is a huge gap though. The problem which you mentioned, or actually the challenge, the, the, the
True.
kids do not know. So, what AI is, and they think that just Chat GPT or Grok or any of these
True,
assistants, uh, uh,
true,
they just can make a few movies or videos or some presentations here and there, some so that's what AI it's all about. So that's what we are actually addressing head on and educating them about AI, giving them that how AI should work. Um,
mm,
and yeah, and that's how we are um, addressing that challenge. Um, so I think that's what you wanted to know. Like, so we came up with a proper uh, like, set of curricula and
mm,
treat AI as a school subject. So that's where the thing it all started with when I was talking to my daughter, who is also like uh, at that time she was 9, now she's 10, going to turn 11 pretty soon.
wow,
So that's how I saw that they need to be armed, they need to be equipped, they need to be powered. and
true.
uh, and that the inspiration was from there, if you
Hmm.
ask me.
So okay, that's very insightful, sir. That's very very insightful point. And I like the fact that you really touched a true life story. Is a very personal project, and it's very good for people to know that this is not just entering into the educational system. Is something personal. Okay, sir, thank you for that point, sir. Then let's quickly move to our second question. Second question is, why is it important for younger learners to start engaging with AI early? So I want to shed more light on that too.
The young learners need to start early because then the world is changing so fast that they need to cope with it. Um,
Hmm.
Now, earlier, back in the 90s, when the IT or that revolution, tech revolution came, I remember when we were at middle school or high school, um, it it was not that fast. It took its own
Hmm.
time. It took almost a couple of decades to for people to get used to that. Like, back in India in the 90s, early 90s, we didn't have any computers at home, or they were or even at schools. They were like, only in a handful of very high profile elite expensive schools or universities or something of that sort. But in general, majority of people didn't even have access. But that in this time, that is going to change, and that is changing. So that's why
Hmm.
we need to make sure, and that's why I keep saying that the younger, obviously you cannot have like toddlers, but as soon as their motor skills are fine, right, they have developed cognitive skills to a certain extent, then they're,
Hmm.
like, as I said, from grade 3 or class 3 or standard 3, as they're called in different parts of the world, all the way to grade 12, we have that set of curricula which I designed last year, and that was perhaps the arguably the world's first comprehensive annual set of curricula, actually, for as far as AI for school children is concerned, and that's why it's absolutely imperative right now for kids, even as young as, like, as third graders, to jump onto this so that they don't miss the bus, like,
Hmm.
this time, which we kind of did when we were young, or
True.
when we were there, because we learned about computers and IT when we were actually at university, to be
Hmm.
honest. So we didn't have the infrastructure back then. There were not that many institutes either. Forget about online. So
Hmm.
so yeah. So we want this generation, the generation
Hmm.
Alpha, and even the next one, the Beta. We don't want them to miss out on this, right? And particularly in
Hmm.
Africa or in Nigeria,
Hmm.
and even more so,
Hmm.
that this is like, this is AI is an equalizer. It
Hmm.
democratizes technology.
True.
The technology
True.
which was not there for us, from, like, the
True.
global south, for the people of the global south back in the 90s,
True.
2000s, you can see that there are not that many global companies from the global south as far as
True.
technology is concerned. And why is that? Because it's not because that people are not capable enough. They are run by people from the global south, but the tech companies are mostly American companies. So
Hmm.
why is that? Because of the lack of infrastructure. Very simple.
Hmm.
The lack of the ecosystem. And that can be
Hmm.
built. That is not very difficult to build. that can be built, and we'll make sure that we build those things in India, in Nigeria, in other parts of Africa, in the entire
True.
global south.
True, true, true. Wow, wow. I truly like your explanation. It has a lot of depth. I like the fact that you don't really want the idea behind Mastix was that patterns will be broken, patterns that we experience, this younger generation won't experience it. So that's a very good one. Then also I like the fact that you talked about equalizer. That AI is an equalizer. It's that's a very, very good point, Sam. So to the next question, in simple terms, what is this AI program all about? In simple terms, sir.
Say again.
In simple terms, what is this AI program about?
Hmm.
Yes, sir.
So we have, for example, as far as the uh, what is it all about? Now, it starts. Uh, the entire idea was to bring the concepts of building blocks, the fundamental concepts, the building blocks of AI, and bring him from from the master's levels or doctorate levels or the research levels and those levels all the way back down to this primary or elementary school level. And
Mm,
for that, what we started is that we introduce all the concepts of
mm,
AI, and even later we will introduce quantum AI as well, but in an age appropriate way, right? A
true,
language which kids can understand, right?
true.
Knowing very well that they don't have the mathematical background, they don't
True,
have the coding background, they don't have
true.
any of those prior knowledges, but still
Mm,
using real life examples, using
mm,
storytelling methods, using
exactly.
weaving characters and
Mm,
using different types of animations and different types of comic strips, all these things together. We put together these curricula so that they
mm,
can understand seemingly complex concepts, but
mm,
made or simple or simplified,
simple.
so that in their language, in as I said, in an age appropriate way, so they can
Yeah.
actually figure out what's going on, and they do, and they have, because our lessons are going on as we speak. So
Mm,
we have already rolled out in India, in Europe, we have students from Spain, from Poland, from India, as you mentioned. So yeah, so that's how it's going to uh, work. It's a 10-year long structured but
mm,
dynamic set of curricula, which means because AI is evolving, and now with quantum AI, it's a different ball game, synthetic intelligence. So we are also evolving at the same time. Our
mm,
courses, our curricula, all those new things or whatever
okay.
new coming, they're all integrated and incorporated in our curricula. So it's a dynamic thing all the time, like changing.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, sir. I like that. I like the fact that you're taking your time to explain it detail by detail. Okay, to the next question. That's our fourth question. How is this different from typical coding or AI classes we already see?
Look, that's very simple, and I have even talked about it extensively, and even there are videos on our YouTube channel. I will make it very crisp and short, particularly this one. There are 5 pointers. Very simple. First one,
Okay.
it is a dynamic program, which we already talked about just a
Okay.
couple of minutes ago. So
Okay.
everything new, anything new, it's straight away incorporated, and then they don't have anything dated, right? It's all the time
Mm,
like software updated and upgraded. The second
mm,
one, it's a structured one throughout,
mm,
treating AI as a school subject, not like some
mm,
6 months or 2 months or 6 weeks or 4 weeks of some kind of like, getting something like a certificate or something for 4 weeks, and
mm,
then you just say that, oh, okay, we have done like a course. It's not,
mm.
it's nothing serious, right? So this is like a serious thing. It's like treating AI as math, right? That's how the inspiration came to
Wow.
design the 10-year long uh,
Mm,
curricula. The third
wow.
point is once they get to know, and I mentioned that we are a part of the ecosystem because we
Yes.
also, unlike most of, let's say, the providers, most of these let those companies or the organizations which provide
Mm-hmm.
the AI learning solutions or provide lessons or courses, we are
Mm,
actually a part of this ecosystem, which I mentioned, Mastix M here, um,
okay.
because we design and develop AI solutions as well. So we are not just in theory, we are actually designing and developing AI tools, AI agents, AI solutions, customized AI
Mm,
solutions. So what
wow.
that does is that it gives us an opportunity to bring these kids and uh, get them to, for example, experience these kind of real life
Mm,
AI projects, to be a part of
true.
real life, real time AI projects, something like intern.
Mm,
That was the third point. Number four, as soon as they graduate from high school, after these, like, once they graduate, then they
yes.
will have this knowledge of massive knowledge, like, of
Mm,
AI. They will be kind of like an AI technologist. And if they want to
mm,
pursue AI as their career option, then our doors are open to them as well. So they can actually apply uh, to be a part of our uh, any of our teams in different parts of the world. So that's like a campus interview, if you like. So that option is also there. That's the fourth option. So a clear pathway beyond school leading to a proper career.
mm,
The
mm,
last one is obviously not the least. That is a proper international, because it's an international initiative. It's happening, as you mentioned, in on three continents right now, in India and Asia, in Africa, as we are talking about it, and in Europe. So uh, it gives all these kids a global exposure, international exposure, which again,
mm,
when I was at school, I didn't have that. I'm not sure about you, but I didn't have that. So that kind of thing, that also, like, gives them that impetus to
mm,
grow, to see, to get inspired by others sitting
yes.
like 5,000 miles away from them, but
Mm,
doing the same thing or talking about similar things. So these are the things
mm,
which kind of, if you, which differentiate us from others, 5 pointers, which I just mentioned.
That's very good, sir. I really like the fact that you talked about careers. Careers. There's a career to it. There's a vision behind it. So it's not just stopping after certification. They have something to look for after the certification. I really like that, sir. So let's move to the next question. The fifth question, actually. What exactly is this program designed for, and do they need any prior experience?
They don't need any prior experience at all. And
Okay.
this is not about how to use ChatGPT. The
True.
program it's a deep dive in technology, particularly for school children I'm talking about. So they get to know. They don't what we say is that we teach them how to build AI, not just how to use it, right? So that
Mm,
just tells you everything that they actually become AI technologists. It's a deep dive in the technological ocean of intelligence, artificial,
mm,
synthetic, quantum.
mm, mm. So that's very good, sir. Thank you for the explanation. I'm sure those people listening to this video, they would be very happy to
Well,
see more of
yeah,
AI of
hopefully.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, we'll.
Okay, so the sixth question,
Hmm.
what students or parents expect to gain from this program?
What do they expect to gain?
Yes, sir, from
Oh,
this program.
yeah. As I said earlier, that they will be able to actually understand and then um, build, design, and develop different
Mm,
types of AI solutions to real life
mm,
challenges which we have right now, whether it's in the economy or whether it's in the climate or whether it's about the traffic and the logistics and the supply chain or the vehicles and all those kind of issues which we have at this point of time. uh,
true.
Solutions to them, um a lot of them, we could say,
Mm,
can
mm,
be actually uh, resolved uh,
mm,
if we have those, if we have already done that by now. But anyway, but we
mm,
are doing it right now. So I think that's what they are going to expect, that they will understand, then think, and then act.
mm,
So they will be able to design and build and assess and finally implement those
mm.
solutions.
Okay, that's like living in the future, even in the now.
It is now.
Okay,
It is
so
not. It's not in the future anymore. They say it's futuristic, future ready. I mean, I'm saying that it's already here and now. So we are experiencing it. We are living it. It's just that we are not aware of it that much. But it's already, it has already started.
yes, sir. Thank you very much for the explanation, sir. Okay, let's move to the next question. That's the seventh question. Why is this the right time to introduce a program like this?
Well, it is. I mean, there is never a right. There is always a right time, because, as I said, I would say we should have started yesterday, actually, to be honest. So yeah. So it is definitely uh, like we are already a little late, I think. So yeah, so I think it's they need to understand, and they need to get everybody needs to get used to, as I said earlier, get used to the this phenomenon called AI, right?
So, next, the eighth question. What would you say to a parent or student who is considering joining?
Oh, uh, just go ahead.
So, what
You're making
do you, what would
the best decision in your life or in your kid's life as a parent. So yeah, it's like
well,
you will, like, pat on your back, 10 years down the road, like, that you make that kind of
mm,
a decision and you put your kid to like, to a place where
mm,
he or she actually can acquire this kind of phenomenal knowledge, right? So which will shape and perhaps even reshape not just their future, but they can actually perhaps, who knows, reshape the entire world. We don't know.
okay, sir. Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Like
Thank you.
everyone, this was a very good section. Thank you so much. So we're going to close. Thank you for sharing your insights,
We
sir.
should
It
do it.
was
We should
very,
do it
very,
more.
very good.
We should do it
And
more about
yes, sir.
more, like, ask the parents that whether they would like to be a part of these kind of talks or not. perhaps, so that they can also uh, put their kind of position, put their argument or what they have in mind, put their thoughts, perhaps. So yeah, so
Yes, sir.
that could
All
be
right, sir.
pretty
Thank you.
insightful.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye bye.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So